All right, so are you ready to dive into this today?
Always up for a deep dive, especially when it comes to the mysteries of attraction.
Well, then let's get right to it. We've got some really juicy source material for this deep dive.
Oh, do tell.
Excerpts from a YouTube video transcript that claims to have discovered three magic phrases that can capture a woman's attention. And maybe even,
Spark something deeper,
that's
perhaps.
the claim anyway.
Well, color me intrigued. Is this like pickup artist territory?
It's definitely in that realm, yeah. But we're not here to endorse any of that.
Right, of course.
We're more interested in the psychology behind these phrases.
The why, not the how.
Exactly. Like, what do these phrases reveal about how our brains work when it comes to attraction? What makes them tick, so to speak?
I like that. The mechanics of attraction. Always a fascinating topic.
Okay, so phrase number one. Ready for this?
Hit me.
I noticed something interesting on your profile.
Hmm. Straightforward and intriguing at the same time. I like it.
Right. It's all about piquing curiosity right off the bat.
And why is that so effective, you ask? Because it instantly personalizes the interaction. Instead of just tossing out a generic compliment, you're showing that you've actually taken the time to observe something unique about this person.
The source even gives some specific examples, like maybe teasing someone about their favorite sports team.
A little playful rivalry. Sure.
Or mentioning a shared travel destination. Like, hey, I see you've been to Thailand too.
And that's where the magic of dopamine comes in.
Dopamine. Okay, you've piqued my curiosity now.
When you trigger someone's curiosity, their brain releases dopamine, which creates a sense of pleasurable anticipation. Suddenly, the interaction becomes a game, a playful exploration.
Ooh, I like that. A game.
It's no longer about winning someone over, but about discovering a shared world of possibilities. And that sense of discovery is inherently exciting, both for the person who's expressing the curiosity and the one on the receiving end.
It's like that feeling you get when someone remembers a small detail you shared with them weeks ago. It makes you feel seen and understood.
Absolutely. It shifts the entire dynamic from a one-sided pitch to a genuine exchange.
Now, this makes me think about how we experience curiosity in our own lives.
Hmm.
I know I'm always drawn to people who notice the little things.
I get that, yeah.
Like they're inviting me to step outside of my usual thought patterns and see the world through fresh eyes.
And that's where the real power of connection lies, in that ability to expand each other's horizons and challenge each other to grow.
Okay, well, hold on to that thought because we're moving on to the second phrase. And this one takes a slightly different approach. It's, don't worry, I'll handle it tomorrow.
Oh, interesting. A shift in tone for sure.
Yeah.
This one seems to be about projecting confidence and a sense of security.
Exactly. Appealing to that deep-seated need for stability and protection. By offering to handle something, the speaker positions themselves as a problem solver.
Capable, in control, someone you can rely on. Those are definitely qualities that appeal to many.
The source material actually gives a specific scenario where a guy offers to fix a problem at a woman's home. Like he notices a leaky faucet or something and steps in to help.
The classic knight in shining armor, ready to swoop in and save the day.
Now, I can see how some people might find that reassuring, but others might view it differently.
Oh, absolutely. Some might interpret it as patronizing or an attempt to assert dominance.
Yeah, like, I know better than you.
Yeah.
Not always the best way to start a connection.
Exactly. And this is where reading social cues and understanding boundaries becomes so crucial. True confidence isn't about forcing yourself on others. It's about recognizing when your help is genuinely needed and welcomed.
So it's not just about saying the right words, it's about reading the situation and respecting the other person's autonomy.
1,000%.
Which takes us to our third and final phrase for this part of our deep dive. And this one really shifts the focus from security to something a bit more, well,
Sensual, go on.
yeah. The phrase is, I loved your scent.
Bold. Definitely taking a more direct approach. This one aims to subtly introduce an element of desire. Shift the dynamic from friendly to, well, potentially something more.
Definitely piqued my interest when I first read it. It's amazing how a simple sensory observation can carry so much weight in an interaction.
It all comes down to the fascinating interplay between scent, memory, and emotion. Our sense of smell is directly linked to the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions and forming memories.
So when someone says they love your scent, They're not just complimenting your perfume or cologne, they're tapping into a deeper level of subconscious association.
Exactly. And that's why certain scents can evoke such powerful emotional responses, transporting us back to specific moments in time or triggering feelings of attraction and desire.
Like the smell of freshly baked cookies can instantly take you back to your grandmother's kitchen.
Or the scent of a particular flower might evoke memories of a first love. Powerful stuff.
And in the context of romantic attraction.
Well, a compliment on someone's scent can be a subtle way of signaling interest, creating a sense of intimacy and allure.
But the source is very clear that timing and context are absolutely crucial with this type of phrase.
Oh, absolutely. It has to feel playful and natural, not forced or creepy.
Right, like you're acknowledging the inherent sensuality of the compliment, but not taking yourself too seriously.
Exactly. It's a delicate dance of suggestion and playfulness, inviting the other person to participate in the unspoken dialogue of attraction.
Now, I'm curious, have you ever received a compliment on your scent? And if so, what was your immediate reaction? Did it make you feel flattered, intrigued?
What's intriguing is that our individual responses to such compliments are often shaped by our past experiences and personal boundaries.
True, true. What one person finds charming, another might perceive as intrusive. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to attraction and connection.
And that's where the beauty of authentic communication comes in. It's about being true to yourself, expressing your interest in a way that feels genuine, and being respectful of the other person's response.
Whatever that response may be.
Exactly. Because any attempt to manipulate or pressure someone into reciprocating your feelings is not only unethical, it's ultimately counterproductive. True connection is built on mutual respect and understanding, not on forced responses.
So as we wrap up our exploration of these first three phrases, I'm curious to hear your final thoughts. What do these phrases, taken together, reveal about the complex dynamics of human connection?
Well, I think what's most fascinating to me is how these phrases, while seemingly simple on the surface, actually tap into this really rich tapestry of psychological and emotional triggers. They highlight our innate desire for connection, our longing for security and stability, and our capacity for experiencing deep and meaningful attraction.
It's like we're only just scratching the surface.
Oh, there's always more to discover.
And they remind us that effective communication is about so much more than just the words we use.
It's about understanding those underlying motivations and desires that shape our interactions, and approaching those interactions with a sense of curiosity, respect, and authenticity.
This deep dive has certainly given me a lot to think about. What about you? What insights surprised you? What questions are still lingering in your mind? We'll be back with more soon.
I can't wait. As we've been talking about these phrases, it occurs to me that they're almost like tools in a communication toolkit.
Tools, I like that.
Yeah, but even with the best tools in the world, you still need to know how to use them right.
You need the skills.
Exactly.
So it's not enough to just memorize these phrases.
Not at all.
You need to understand the underlying principles.
The art of conversation itself.
Because ultimately, these phrases are just conversation starters.
They're the initial spark.
It's what happens next that really matters.
That determines whether the connection actually grows.
It's like having all these beautiful ingredients, but no recipe.
You need the structure and the flow of a good conversation to create something truly delicious.
Otherwise, you're just left with a pile of random ingredients.
Exactly.
So how do we move beyond those initial phrases and create those deeper connections?
Well, that's where the source offers some really intriguing advice.
Oh.
Mastering subtle cues.
Subtle cues.
It's about going beyond the literal words and paying attention to the nuances.
The unspoken language.
Exactly. Body language, tone of voice.
Micro-expression.
All those fleeting signals that reveal so much about what someone's truly feeling.
So it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it.
And how you respond to the unspoken messages that the other person is sending.
It's like a dance.
It is a dance.
It's a delicate dance.
You're both leading and
reading each other's cues.
Anticipating each other's moves.
And hopefully finding that rhythm that allows you to move together in sync.
And when you do find that sync, the conversation transforms from a simple exchange of information
into a shared exploration.
A journey of discovery.
Where both people feel seen, heard, valued.
It's like those rare moments when you click with someone instantly.
Yeah.
And the conversation just flows effortlessly, like you're both speaking the same language.
Even if you've just met.
And those moments are often the result of a perfect alignment of both verbal and nonverbal cues.
You're both sending and receiving signals of interest, curiosity.
A genuine desire to connect.
on a deeper level.
It's fascinating to think about how much is happening beneath the surface of our everyday conversations
It's like there's this whole hidden world of communication.
that we're only partially aware of.
And the more we understand about that hidden world,
The more effectively we can navigate the complexities of human connection.
so it's not just about learning a few magic phrases,
It's about becoming more attuned to our own communication patterns
developing the skills to truly listen, empathize.
and respond in a way that fosters deeper understanding.
This deep dive has definitely opened my eyes to that,
To the power of subtle cues.
and the importance of moving beyond those superficial exchanges,
It's like we've been given this glimpse behind the curtain of human interaction.
revealing the intricate dance of signals and responses that shape our relationships.
And as we wrap up this exploration, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay,
Every conversation is an opportunity.
an opportunity for it
Connection, a chance to learn something new.
to expand our understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
So as you go forth into the world,
Yes.
approach your conversations with a sense of curiosity and tension and a genuine desire to connect.
Pay attention to those subtle cues
Ask meaningful questions
and allow yourself to be surprised.
by the depth and richness of the human experience.
Because ultimately,
It's those moments of genuine connection that make life truly worth living.
beautifully said, I couldn't agree more. And on that note, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Your experiences.
In the comments, what resonated with you most from this deep dive? What insights will you be taking with you into your own conversations? Until next time, happy connecting.
So we've talked about these phrases as tools for sparking connection and attraction.
Right, we've talked about the importance of subtle cues and moving beyond superficial conversation.
It's like we've been given this roadmap to navigating the complex world of human interaction.
A roadmap with some really interesting landmarks.
Exactly.
But even with the best roadmap, you can still get lost if you're not paying attention.
You need to know where you're going and why.
And you need to be open to unexpected detours.
Because sometimes the most rewarding connections are the ones we weren't even looking for.
So how do we stay on track and make sure we're heading in the right direction?
Well, the source emphasizes the importance of intentionality.
Intentionality.
It's about approaching our interactions with a clear sense of purpose.
Not just going through the motions.
Exactly.
So what does that look like in practice?
Well, it starts with being mindful of our own communication patterns,
Becoming aware of our habits and tendencies.
both the good and the bad.
The things that help us connect and the things that might be holding us back.
Right, and then it's about making conscious choices about how we want to interact.
So it's not about trying to be someone we're not.
It's about being the best version of ourselves.
Bringing our authentic selves to the table.
And being open to learning and growing from every interaction.
Because ultimately, that's what this is all about, isn't it?
Growth connection.
Expanding our horizons.
And creating meaningful relationships that enrich our lives.
I think that's a beautiful way to wrap up this deep dive.
I agree.
It's been a fascinating exploration of the subtle art of attraction and connection.
We've uncovered some really powerful insights.
And hopefully spark some new ideas and perspectives for our listeners.
So as you go out into the world, remember that every interaction is an opportunity.
An opportunity to connect, to learn, to grow.
And to create something truly special.
So be intentional, be authentic, be present.
And most importantly, be open to the possibilities.
Because you never know where a genuine connection might lead you.
Until next time, happy connecting.